What's going on, boys? How you doing? I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I know it's Friday. I know you guys want to go drink and party and do degenerate activities. Not like me, I'm going to go to the gym and be a good boy and shit. Just kidding. What's up, Ginger? How you doing? Goko, Vladdy's in here. Mo, Mr. Black, Peter. What's going on, boys? Another Friday where we crushed Amazon. This one really kind of made us wait for it, really, at the end of the day. So midday, I told you guys SPY really wants 4:45. Actually, I told you before 9 a.m. There's a big call wall. There's gamma at 4:45. SPY 44.50 on the SPX. And late day, like it was very boring. Morning we ripped and then just completely sideways, killing all the premiums, sucking everyone out, making people get out. What's up, Optimus? How you doing? CJ Fit, Nils is in here, Dheeraj is in here. I'm not an Amazon killer. Bucky is the Amazon killer. You got the play of the day, which I'm sure Matt will be putting up in a bit. I believe he got up more than 1,000% on his Amazon 3420s. Great play, Bucky. Good patience, waiting for the bottom. Let's go into it now. SPY. We did not take out yesterday's highs, which is kind of an issue. So everything was bullish at the end of the day. Everything looked great. The only thing I do not like is that we did not take out yesterday's highs. So that's literally the only thing I see that's not super bullish on this bounce back. But again, like I told you guys yesterday, every time we touched the 50-day moving average for OPEX, we ripped right back to all-time highs, ripped right back to all-time highs, ripped right back to all-time highs every single time. This time they front ran the OPEX, but we could get a similar reaction where we rip all the way back to all-time highs, 452.60. The first main key level is yesterday's high, which was 444.89. And I told you there is a call wall at 445. They do not want SPY to go over 445 in my opinion yet. Maybe next week that'll change. Let's see where it is on Monday morning. I will be letting you know where the resistance is. But for right now, yesterday's high, yesterday's low is all you need to be watching. Everything else here, I'm going to delete. And this today was just an inside day on SPY, meaning they cannot decide which direction they want it to go in. So 444.89 at the top, 439.60 at the bottom. Those are the only two key levels right now to watch on SPY. Other than that, everything looks great. QQQ also couldn't get above yesterday's high, so it's the same exact thing. No other numbers matter except which way does this inside day break. Today's low was 370.27. Yes, yeah, it was an inside day perfectly on QQQ and SPY so far. So those are the only two levels you need to watch. You need to watch 374.04 to the upside and 370.10 to the downside. Those are the main support and resistance right now. XLF was a little bit stronger. Why do I say that? We went right through yesterday's high. So XLF way stronger than SPY and QQQ. What? Can you stop talking? Thanks. XLF through yesterday's high. So what you need to watch is today's low for support. And the only resistance left on XLF here would be up here, which is all-time highs. All-time highs on XLF is 38.87, I believe. 38.87 to the upside for XLF, all-time high. And the downside is today's low of 37.94. Those are the support and resistance you need to be watching on financials. But financials were much stronger than QQQ and SPY today. And IWM is the weakest. Did not even get close to yesterday's high. So everything else was close to yesterday's high. IWM, this is a doji. This is an ugly doji too. This candlestick right here shows that buyers and sellers have no idea which direction this goes in. No idea. That just means there's just a bunch of scalping intraday. They don't know if it goes up or down on Monday. There's no conviction buys, conviction sells, nothing. It is an inside day again, so the main levels you have to watch is yesterday's low and yesterday's high. Do bulls win or do bears win in this battle? If the bulls win, we go right back up here to 229.84. If the bears win, we can go test the lows at 214.22. So small caps are by far the weakest. IWM, RTY. ES, I told you guys, under 4,400 we are screwed. 44.50. What did I tell you this morning? On ES, 44.50 is the call wall. Look at this. Look where we stopped. 44.50. 44. Like, read in the morning, guys. Come on. 44.50. SPY did not exactly correlate, which is the only reason we didn't get up to 445. But ES is the leader, and it showed you it went right to 44.50. So that's exactly where we stopped. And if you go and look in the premium chat I sent out this morning before open, 4450 to the upside, 4400. And I wrote it down here as well. Sorry for my language, but we are effed under 4400. So we need to stay above 4400 and 4450 needs to break. If 4450 doesn't break, we are going to stay range bound for a while, guys. We made a big move on Wednesday, big move on Thursday, big move today. So we might just stay range bound for a while if we can't get through 4450 on Monday. Bitcoin, bad news from China. Nice little bounce. Looks like it's forming a little hammer candle. China's banned Bitcoin like 6 times by now. I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9 times already. So obviously the market's eating it up a little bit better. Let's see what happens over the weekend. Let's see if we get some selling pressure, which is what I'm thinking. But remember the line that the very important support down here. What the hell is... Oh. Very important support down here at 39, 38,000. This is a range. So most of the time, if you know me, I give ranges for support and resistance because it is a range usually. So here it is, 39 to 38. This is a very key support. We need to hold this range right here. And I believe we will hold it because China's already come out with this news so many times. More and more companies are accepting Bitcoin. Twitter just announced they're accepting Bitcoin for tips. So I'm not scared about Bitcoin. I'm still in all my longs, and let's see if we can get back in this zone and continue in this equilibrium here. As long as 38 holds. If 38 breaks, I believe Bitcoin's done. It's more done than lily pads. That's a reference to the stock market long time ago. Read some books. VIX destroyed today. So what were we doing? This pattern that we were watching, put in the low, put in a higher low, put in a higher high, put in a higher low again, put in a higher high again. And now if this is the low, we can still get volatile next week. This market can collapse next week. If this is a low on VIX and we go up and we set another higher high and it continues the daily uptrend that is trying to change right now, the market can get destroyed on Monday. Don't get too bullish, too excited. Everything does look good, especially the way that we rallied end of day there. That means people are rushing to get back in. That's FOMO, panic buying. Can finally close these. It's the weekend. Let's go into Amazon. So play of the day at MSL. This is probably the 4th or 5th time on Friday that we've hit Amazon. Somebody hit it for 1,000%. I sure as hell didn't. I got in at 170. I sold them at 3. But those same calls that I bought at 170, they went all the way down to 15 cents, guys. So imagine buying at 15 cents. They went up to, I believe, over $4. So massive gains just in the last half hour here. Cool guy Ricky said we're going to 34.25. I told Matt I agree with him. Ricky was like, there's no way. He told him he was dreaming. And as usual, I'm right and Ricky's wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I love Ricky. He called out the play initially. I got in a little bit cheaper, so I was scaling out 170 to 3. Bucky got 1,000%er, I believe. Congratulations. A lot of people had those Amazons. I'm sorry if your broker sold them early. That does happen on Friday. I guess just take it as a learning lesson. Don't get too mad. Some brokers, they do liquidate your options early if they're expiring the same day. Just look into it. Make sure yours does or doesn't, or call them or message them and figure it out if they do. We had this big range on Amazon all day. We broke out. We came back down, retested, and I thought we would rip, but we did not. We broke right back into that range, so you can just extend this range as a false breakout. And right here was the real breakout. So the real breakout, what was the difference? This is what we need to study. This is why we look at charts, guys. You see how when we broke out this time, there was no huge volume behind it. I mean, just sold off right away after. And then a big sell sent us back into the range, right? Look, this big volume here. So what happened? When we actually broke out, this is the key right here. This is why, in my opinion, that this one exploded today. Look at this volume and look how it keeps increasing. You see how we broke out of the range, right? On normal volume. It's probably the same volume that we broke out here. Just put a little line here. Broke out right here. And look, it's the exact same volume. So it could have been another false breakout and die, which is why Ricky said we wouldn't get to high of day probably. But the next bar we got more volume, then the next bar we got even more volume, and then there was more volume here and more volume here at the end of the day. So volume went up, price went up. Also we were in slow stow. Everything started ripping at the end of the day. SPY wasn't at 445. I said it was going to go to 445, so obviously it had to try to go to 445. What's going on, Danish? Green Life's in here. Joe, what's good? Netflix. Let's go to Netflix. Big buying volume at the end of the day. Everyone is asking me if I'm still in next week's calls. I am in next week's calls. All you guys have to do is check premium alerts or check the search bar in the top right corner. Everything is there. I was actually about to add today, but then I took that Amazon position. And that account that I'm trading in, it's really hard to trade in. I mean, BMO is a piece of shit. It's very slow. Every time you put in an order, you have to type in all these fucking passwords and bullshit, and like it's just garbage. That's why I couldn't even tell you that I got filled at 9 on like 1/3 of my position. But look at this candle. If that's not a hammer, what the hell is it? They bought the dip. Closed above the 8-day moving average on the daily, descending channel breakout, and a hammer. Held the 8-day on all 3 days since the breakout. Weekly looks fantastic. Breakout of this huge range, retest, and now it formed a hammer candle on the weekly. Beautiful. Monthly looks great. Both leg breakout. Look at this. Like, there's nothing bearish about this at all, in my opinion. So I was actually even about to add to my bro, Danish, I got so many brokers, bro. I don't need CIBC, trust me. I got like 6 of them. Everything on Netflix looks bullish. I am holding my 610s and 605s for next week. I did take a lot of profit, which gives me a lot of confidence in holding over the weekend. They're mostly free. Even if they go to 0, I'll still make a ton on these calls, so I'm not worried. AMD, I'm still holding the 110s for October 15th, I believe I have. October 8th. Yeah, October 8th I have AMDs. And this one looks great too. Still falling wedge breakout. Closed above all the moving averages. Inside day, so we need to see which way it breaks on Monday. Very important. Watch these inside days, man. They can be huge. So basically, an inside day just means that bulls and bears don't know which direction it goes into. And, well, that's enticing. Okay, sounds good. Inside days mean that bulls and bears don't know which way the price is going to go, right? So when it does break one way, all the bears will get squeezed or all the shorts will get stopped out. So just think of it that way. It could cause a momentum move. Inside days are important. Let's see if we can get follow through on Monday. Other than that, AMD looks great. Netflix looks absolutely amazing. Netflix looks the best out of all of them, in my opinion. Even better than Amazon. But Amazon is the best stock to trade options on I've ever traded in my entire life, and Ricky showed me that one. I never used to trade Amazon before. Ricky showed me how Amazon moves. I started trading it. I traded it a few times, and I think I'm like, my hit rate's probably like 90% on it or something like that. What do you think about SPY? I already went over SPY. Looks bullish, but we did not get over yesterday's high. That's the only thing that's troubling. Monday, we need to break above yesterday's high, or else we might go down more. Plus, the VIX is setting higher daily highs and higher daily lows. So that if the VIX changes trend and starts going higher, we could be in for some more blood. SC, my favorite stock of all time, looks fine. I mean, they did this huge offering. We filled the gap quickly, consolidated with the market, and now we're right back at the highs. We took out yesterday's high, but today's candle is kind of ugly. I don't like how it closes a doji here today. This could be signaling a reversal, so we could be in for some more consolidation here. It could be just range bound. I mean, they did do a big share offering, which means they diluted their shares, but obviously people bought it right back up. People love it. And yeah, I love this stock. Everything looks fine. As if it holds this 336.42, 336.42 as support, we could make our way back to all-time highs. Other than that, I'm just going to scalp SE for now. There's no clear like longer-term swing play for me here. Scalping is very easy on SE for me though. Airbnb looks fantastic, super strong, even in market weakness. As soon as we took out that 154.50 I was talking about, it just went off to the races. A little bit of consolidation here. Back tested 154.50 again. This was a perfect entry, this back test. So let me get rid of all these lines real quick so it's less of a mess. And look at this 154.50 level. Look at this. So it was struggling with this level right out of the gate. Like at the IPO, it went through and closed it low. And then it took a while to get back above. It rejected here before finally going through. Then it turned it into support here. And then it broke down underneath, tested it like 6 times, couldn't get through. Consolidated, people accumulated, and then rip on this huge volume right here. Huge volume, ripped through, held above, came back down, and this candle right here, for future reference, if you guys see a different chart, I'm not talking about Airbnb, I doubt it ever goes back to 154.50 unless the market completely dumps. But if you see this kind of breakout, like a huge support or resistance, right? Huge support resistance 154.50. We got the breakout and we got the retest. This is the most bullish thing. Obviously everyone in my stock life knows this is my favorite chart. Same reason I was in Netflix. Weekly huge breakout, retest. Well, this is the wrong line, but you guys get the point. Let's just draw it out for the new people. We got new people every day. They complain, LB didn't show me this, LB didn't show me that. But yeah, so this is over a year-long range that we were in on Netflix. From 475 to 568-ish. And we broke out on not too good volume. So that's why everyone started taking profits, in my opinion. Came back down and we retested that over a year-long range. So that's my most bullish. And Airbnb is acting the exact same way. So it just retested and it go. And that's why I love those. They work out a lot. Moderna crap today. Vaccines have been getting good news every single day for weeks, right? Over and over and over again. The good news is not affecting them at all. So these just need more time to consolidate. I mean, they moved up way too quick. Look at the monthly chart. Jesus Christ. So what did we get on the monthly chart here? On all the vaccine names, we got a rocket ship. You know, those rocket ships they draw on Wall Street bets, that's exactly what we got. Huge rip, and now we need months of consolidation, in my opinion. So whenever you make a humongous move like this, like, I mean, it went from 127 all the way to 500. That's they almost 5x their company's market cap in 5 months. So I think they need a little bit more time. The thing is, when you see companies getting good news after good news after good news and they're not moving, that just means everything's priced in. Whatever you can think of is priced in for these companies for now. I think they need some consolidation for maybe even a month. And then after that, they're going to be ready to rip. If I get a big dip on Moderna, I'm looking to buy equity or leaps around this support right here. I really hope we get down here. I don't think we will. But I really hope we get between 365 to 355. This would be the supply zone for Moderna right here. 365 to 355-ish. And if we get back down there, I will take leaps or equity. Obviously, I'll call it out in premium. But they need more time to consolidate, in my opinion. I could be completely wrong. Moderna could rip $100 on Friday. Skills, I don't know why I have this chart open. I'll do AFRM. I'm only doing a couple, guys. Come on, it's Friday. Leave me alone. AFRM, so again, I already told you, it's already written here for anyone that's new here. Big gap up, 30 points on the Amazon news, 30 points on the earnings. Do we get 30 points on Walmart? If we got 30 points on Walmart, this would be at 142. So I'm looking for a price target of 142 if we do get that 30-point move. Other than that, it's very extended, very hard for me to buy here except for scalps. I've never traded this name, I don't think. T traded it successfully, I think. But after Walmart news, let's see how far it can go. Let's see if we get continuation. Very hard for me to buy up here. It's just like UPST. I called it out at 126 and it went to 200. I sold everything at 200. Looking back, I'm an idiot. At the time, I was a genius. But for me, it's really hard to buy up here. I think it needs to retest the 8-day moving average next week at least, which is at 311. So I'm saying UPST will touch 311 by next week. In my opinion, I could be wrong. Other than that, Tesla, Ripper. Yesterday, Tesla. 2 days ago, Tesla was moving up when SPY was moving down. Yesterday, SPY was moving up, Tesla was moving down. So relative strength 2 days ago, relative weakness yesterday. Today, relative strength again. So Tesla's just following that pattern. It's like 1 day on, 1 day off. We closed above my magic number of 760. This one can absolutely rip now, okay? We're at 774 now. We can make it all the way back to all-time highs. The only resistance left is 780. Through 780, we can go all the way to all-time highs, which is at $900 on Tesla, guys. So Tesla very bullish, very thin air up here. Not too much demand. I mean, not too much supply to eat up. All these volume bars mean is there's lots of people selling, there's lots of people shorting, there's lots of people with stop loss orders, blah, 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 blah. Up here, there's none of that, so it can move very fast. We can get the Tesla of the past where we used to get 50-point days and stuff, which will be very exciting. So Tesla will be top watch for me next week. Twitter looks fantastic, held up in the weakness, everything. Those calls, let me just check. We have $70 calls for October 15th, and those calls right now, they closed today at 130%. So we're still up 130%. I'm still holding them. We still have time. I think these ones will get in the money by expiration. I already took a bunch of profits, so I'm not worried about these ones. Everything looks so good on Twitter. Daily, weekly, and monthly. Fantastic chart. Nike trash. There's a huge gap to fill on Nike. I might short this one next week. It did close. This is where it closed. It closed at 149.59. The gap fill starts at 150. So we did close in the gap. Let's see if we can fill this whole gap to 134.50. That could be an amazing short if we get it. Remember, they lowered guidance for the whole year. I know it's Nike. Everyone loves Nike. But when you lower guidance during earnings, that's the worst thing you can do as a company. SNDL is running with the rest of the weed market. I believe this is the last chart I'm doing. I'm not even going to look at it. SNDL is trash. It's a penny stock. Good luck in it if you're in it, but I don't trade these kinds of names. Thank you guys. Have a good weekend. I hope you had a good week, and I'll see you on Sunday for some charting. Easy, boys.